Once again guys, welcome back to our channel. Of course this is Touching Lives manze, na kama kawaida this is Emmanuel. And today I'm so glad man. Imekuwa kitambo kidogo kabla hatuja post video, but hiccups tu hapa na pale, but the Lord has been good. And my gladness today is that manze, ile love mko nayo huku nje, zile ma feedback napata manze, this is so good. And I'm so glad man. The other time tulipiga story na we had an amazing story with a good friend called Fidel. Na leo manze, since that time hadi saa hii things have been so good. Response yenye napata huko nje, mob love manze. And I'm so glad that you people are following our story. I'm so glad that you guys are still reaching out to us. And that is the love that you want, guys. Let's make each other grow. Let's make each other get to another level. And the Lord is going to bless us so much. And so, kama kawaida, siwezi sahau kusema hii. Continue supporting us. Ingia pale kwa website yetu, touchinglives.org. Cheza kama wewe. Some of the courses that we are yet to do. For example, kuna moja hapo tunafaa kupiga by the end of December. And it will be around Olenguruoni, a place called Kambishetani. And we need your support, guys. We need to reach out to the less fortunate. We need to do something. We need to stretch out our hands to some people who cannot afford something in their lives. At least, since itakuwa ni deck na itakuwa ni time ya Christmas hivi, we need to grace their lives. Kidogo tu, hata kama hatutafanya sana, kidogo tu I feel at least there are some people who are thinking about us manze. Each and every day as we pray, we always pray God that anaweza come through kwa life yetu. And let us be an answer to their prayers on that day, manze. And we will need you guys to accompany us. We will be targeting at least 10 families and above. And if our target surpasses what you are waiting for, at least tunaweza piga hata more than 10 families. And it will be our joy, manze, reaching out to these people. I always say that the best thing that you can ever do ni kusaidia wase wenye hawajiwezi, especially those people that don't know you, the people that expected the least from you. It is a double portion of a blessing, manze. So may the Lord bless you so much. Continue subscribing to our channel. Continue watching our content. Share with friends. Na ikikubamba sana, piga like button hapo kiasi. And the Lord is going to bless you so much. Leo ni noma. Leo it's on another level, manze. And today I have this guy, story yake. The first time that I heard this story, manze, nilikuwa tu na goosebumps kidogo tu. Nasikia tu venye anaisema, nasikia aendelee kupiga hii story, asiendelee. But all in all, ni hivyo ndio kuko, manze. And the Lord has been good. God has been good in his life. And I know anatupigia leo story ingine noma sana. And I know ile story atatupigia leo manze, itakujenga tu mahali. It is going to give you something that you should thank God for. At least each and every day when you wake up in the morning, manze, ambia God asante. Every day as you walk, kama wewe ni student, kama uko shule manze, kenye unafanya, ikifika tu jioni, ikifika tu asubuhi, thank God, man. The best thing that you can ever give to God is to thank him. And because hakuna kitu kubwa sana unaweza fanyia God, to make sure that you are in the line with whatever God wants. Make sure that you are giving him all the attention yenye anataka. The other time tulipiga story ya Paul, and we saw that God can do anything to draw your attention to him. And so let thanking God, let working for God be the best attention that God wants from you. And the Lord is going to bless us so much. So, wateule, kuna siku, sijui siku ulikuwa wapi. And things happened. Things happened so fast, and haikukuwa for so long. Kidogo tu. And we lost a lot of souls. People lost their lives. Things might have happened also, and we lose the lives of a lot of people. Like the story Adusit, bomb blast ili happen kitambo sana, accidents that happen that brings the country to silence kidogo, but God has been good, manze. Everything that happens in our lives happen for a reason, and I always believe that God will always provide a way. God will always open a way in everything that happens in our lives. And if today you might be remembering that some things that happened, vitu zilikuwa noma sana, and you lost your people, you lost a friend, you lost your family, anyone, manze, the Lord will always do something in your life that comforts you. He is the best comforter in our lives. There's no one else like God, manze. The way he works, it's in a different level, man. And when we put our trust to God, even though things may happen in our lives, he will always give us strength. And today, I want us, maybe you've heard a story of this, of what happened. In a story really happened, if I'm not wrong, on 3rd April 2015. There was an attack in a certain university, Garissa University. And today, manze, if that story is bado iko kwa akili yetu, we can never forget that. This is a story that brought our country ikakuwa low kidogo, but still the Lord came through. Still the Lord gave us strength, and the people that we lost there, manze, may their souls rest in peace. But we still bado tunakumbuka tu. But today, nataka tu tupige tu hiyo story. I hope there is courage. The Lord is giving us strength to piga hii story. And niko na best yangu hapa, manze. The first time when alipiga hiyo story tulikuwa tunakula tu. Nikashindwa, huyu jamaa tena hii story ameanza aje? Unataka aje? Umekuja aje? Mbona umeanza kupiga hii story? Especially time ya kukula. But still nikasema lazima huyu mse tupige naye story. Atuambie tu how did it happen? But first, before it happened, aliingiaje hii kampo? Yeye alienda aje hii kampo? And of course, he's going to introduce himself. Mr. Kennedy, karibu sana, manze.
Thank you very much, man.
He's a good friend of mine, and
how are you doing?
I'm very fine, sir. Yes. How are things?
Things are fine.
Okay.
God is amazing.
Okay.
As usual.
Kabisa.
I thank God.
Amen.
Yes.
Yes.
Let me take this time to say hello to your viewers.
Okay.
Hope you're doing good. Praise God.
Amen.
I hope everyone is fine.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. So, Ken.
Yes.
Unajua hii story tuna wengine wetu hata maybe at that time hawakukuwa na ile mentality ya kusema what, maybe they never heard this story. Hawakusikia hii story kulienda aje. And if wengine walisikia iliwapita tu hivi kidogo, maybe they never gotten a chance kuelewa what happened. It was tough at that time. A lot of people, you guys went through a hard situation. But leo tunataka utupigie tu hiyo story tu, tuambie tu from the word go. But kwanza nataka uambie wewe ni nani?
Okay. As you have already introduced me,
yes.
My name is Kennedy Otieno. A very simple, very humble village boy. Born and raised in Siaya County, somewhere very special called Rarieda District. And you know Rarieda is also so broad. So you go to South Ramba, some location in a village that is well known as Konge. So that's where I was born. That's where I was raised. I stayed home, studied at home. My early childhood education was at home. I studied in a church called St. Peter's ACK. That's where I did my nursery school. Then I went to a school called Gundarud Primary. That is somewhere again next to my home. Then I studied there for a few years, you know, a few years, say until class 4. Then when I was going to standard 5, I went to Ramba Primary School. I studied there until I finished my KCP. Afterwards, I went to a secondary school just within the community, the district. It was a very good school called Kitambo Mixed Secondary School. That's where I studied for the 4 years. Yeah, that is the part of my early childhood education.
Had
Had
high school.
Yeah, had Form 4.
Yeah.
That's where I did my KCSE. Yeah, sure.
So, hii ni mwaka gani ukifanya KCSE?
I did my KCSE in 2012.
2012.
Yeah.
Kabisa. And then, of course, after kumaliza KCSE, campus uli apply. Ilikujaje ukapata Garissa University?
Okay, you know, when I was applying, actually, there's a course I wanted to do. That is a Bachelor of Commerce. I wanted to do that course. So when I was applying, that was my first option. And you know, you go to the cyber there, you select the universities, the institutions that are offering that course. So the first option was going to be Moi University. Then you know, when you're doing your application, the first course you select like 3 institutions that offer the same course. Yeah. So that's how I applied.
Was Garissa among the schools that you selected? Ama Garissa ilikuwa ni ile tu unasema wacha niweke hii kakikam sawa?
Okay. The first course, that is Bachelor of Business Management. That was what was in my heart. That's what I wanted to do in the university. So there was more university. Then these other universities that are offering the same course. Of course, Garissa was one of them. And so in my list, I listed them in order of preference, as you could do. You know, you start from the
most that you wanted.
The one you want the most, followed by those other
the
institutions.
Yeah. Yes.
So I think Garissa was I don't know if it was the last option, but it was in that list. Yeah, sure.
Na wakapiga huko mbaya sana.
Yeah.
So
again, you realize Garissa is a constituent university of Moi University. So yeah.
So sasa umepata, acha tufika hapa. Now you've gotten a letter of acceptance to Garissa University. And nataka tuanzie hapo sasa.
Yeah.
Ulipata letter ya kwenda Garissa University. So imefika ni time sasa ya kureport kwenda shule. Ilikuwa lini, mwaka gani?
Okay. In 2013,
yes,
towards October, we got our letters in September. We were supposed to report in October. So I went to Moi University to pick my letter. Then I reached Moi. They told me your letter is in Garissa.
Okay.
So I had to go home and make arrangements on how I was going to pick my letter there.
Okay.
Actually, I have never passed Nairobi. I had never passed Nairobi by then.
When I'm to a village pale.
I had never passed Nairobi. In fact, like I was telling you, after high school, I stayed in Nairobi.
Okay.
But I never passed Isili upwards. No, Nairobi was the farthest.
Yeah.
So, and then, you know the stories where I was already there.
Yeah.
I remember there was an ACK church that had just been bombed a few months to our reporting.
The same place, Garissa.
Yeah, Garissa. And there are also stories about it was making the headlines with such news. So when I was told that was where my letter was, and it was not in Moi University, we had to make arrangements. Actually, I didn't go for this letter. I went back home. We had a conversation with Dad, and my dad went to pick my letter. And I told Daddy, okay, go like you're doing a reconnaissance. It's like you're doing a pre-study. Go there, see what is there, come and advise us, because we've never been there. And you know, Daddy went there. He set out now to go pick my letter. He went to Nairobi. Then from Nairobi, boarded those buses and headed to Garissa University. Actually, I was among the pioneers. We were the first ever students to be registered in that institution.
Wow.
We were just starting the institution, man. So when he got to Garissa, he could not come back, so he spent a night there. Looked at the situation and everything, and the life around there, the people, you know. Then the following day, Daddy came. When Daddy came back, he told me, son, that place is tough. That place is really tough. That place is really tough.
Hiyo ndio kichwa aliwaambia kwanza.
Then I told Daddy, what is the
Sasa wewe select. Unaenda ama?
So Daddy tells me, first, you know, there are no foods. There's the foods that you like, the food that you like eating. They're not there. That's the first thing. They're not there. He tells me, I went to an hotel, and the only thing that I could eat, the thing that I was familiar with, was veggie soup and a chapati. That's the only thing I could eat there. Because, you know, they're Muslims, they eat, they prepare those foods, so the Swahili foods. And you know, I had never been with them before, so then he tells me, I walked around and I sensed some hostility in the surrounding. Those people don't like, they brand you, then you're like, they don't like that place. Then the temperatures were so amazing, so extra hot that Daddy told me, I don't know if you're going to make it there. So then I tell Daddy, so what are we going to do? So we said, let's try find an institution within our region or in a different place, because we were scared. Okay, Daddy, the way he went there and brought the information, we were scared for sure. We were scared, and we thought of a transfer. So
kidogo tu.
Yes.
Guys, listen to this kwanza. When you are getting to a place for the first time, and you're always curious to see or to know what is going on there. Na sometimes watu napenda place sana, nasema nataka kukua huko. Mwesikia mse anataka kupanda ndege tu kwenda majuu, tunasikia mimi naenda Philadelphia. I want to be there. I want to experience the place. How is the place? How are these people from this certain place? How is life? But nataka kujua kwa Ken, when it came now that now you are going. Sasa hapa mumesema hata after kusema wacha kwanza tutafute another institution from where we are, or from our surrounding, or from a different place. Still there was something in your mind. Probably you wanted to go there. Kuna kidogo unataka kwenda. Hata before mtafuta hiyo shule ingine. What was running in your mind? Did you really wanted to go, or you were of the idea, let's look for a different school somewhere else?
Okay. You know, like I told you.
Yes.
Okay, Dad went there first, okay? So when he came back with the real picture of how the place is. Remember, he was the only person in the family who ever went there. So, and he just went when he was going to pick up our letter. So there's something again you need to know. You know, this government-sponsored students. Actually getting a transfer to another institution is very difficult. It's very, very difficult. Because I remember we had a chance in Massacre University. I was able to do the same course there. They were willing to incorporate me into their system. But then we had our principal, the principal of Garissa University. He said he really didn't like the idea of us going away, because we were the pioneers, and it wasn't going to be so easy.
We never wanted you guys to seek for a transfer.
It wasn't going to be so easy getting a transfer. It wasn't going to be so easy getting a transfer into the other institutions. And since we're going to be the pioneers, we're going to be the first people ever to start studying in the institution. So he encouraged us. He was like, guys, you know, if all of you are going to transfer, then you can have students here.
Just like any other principal would do.
But out of it was, I think it was out of love, of, you know, if you give one or two people transfer based on their perceived fear, then you may not have students there with you. So I made up my mind. Told Daddy, come on, Daddy. Let me go there.
Let's do this.
Let me go. Let's do this. Let me go there. I will make it. I will adapt to life there. I will make it. So
was niko cut short kidogo.
Yes.
Was the idea of Al-Shabaab ilikuwa kwa kichwa yako ukienda huko? Did you had such thoughts in your mind?
No, no, because
so your mind was just clear.
My mind, okay. My worry was the the climate there, the culture there, then the environment. Actually, Al-Shabaab wasn't in my mind then, but you could sense some political instability even based on the history of the place. Because you know when you're told you go somewhere, you do your little research at least to know how is the place. So there was an issue of the climate, the environment, but really not Al-Shabaab. No.
Okay. It's always so hard when you know that you are going through a certain road na unajuaga tu hapa kuna kwa kunoma manze naweza pigwa ngeta, but I'm happy about this guy because he had nothing in mind concerning the hostility. Yeah, alikuwa anajua tu things are okay. Tuendelee Ken. Now sasa nataka tuanzie hii part. Classes zilianza, the classes have started. Munaendelea poa sana. Mumefika, you've made friends. At least watu si wengi at that time. You may even get to a point that uko almost kujua kila mtu huko. When this happened, which year were you?
The attack? I was a second year.
You were a second year.
Yeah.
So the first year things were okay.
The first year was not so bad because you know, we got into the institution.
Yes.
And one thing that was really amazing about us is that we were Christians. I think for us, when we were first years, then for the pioneers, I think 96% of us were Christians. You could know who and who are Muslims. And definitely I think our Muslims are not even 5. And so we had a very strong Christian foundation there. We had a very, very strong Christian union there. And there was another arrangement for the Catholics. So it was amazing. You know, you get to life there, then you realize that this student, it is only the student who is at least friendly to you. You know, we were like a family. And definitely, just as you said, definitely you could tell. We were not so many. You could tell. This and so and so, so and so. We knew almost. I knew almost everybody of my year within the institution, even those who were not doing the same course as me, because we were not so many in the institution. Remember, we were the pioneers. We were the specimen for that experiment. To be precise. Okay. Yes.
So mumefika. Hii story ni noma. Nashindwa hata nauliza wapi. So nataka utuambie, since you at least knew almost everyone, at least unajua kuna ile mentality yenye niko hapa najua ule msee akipita ule si ule msee wa ile class fulani, ule msee si ule wa ile class fulani. Mkiwa hapo first year, was there anything that you suspected? Unajua tukiwa high school kuna, especially where I went to school, in high school, kulikuwa na tension fulani ikifika a certain point, maybe something ikihappen unajua leo kananuka. But did it get to a point that you had sense to there must be something?
Okay.
When you were in first year, kwanza.
Okay, in first year, actually, as I was telling you, the one thing I liked about those people is that they never hid themselves. Okay. The Somalis around us, the community around us, they never hid themselves because they actually showed us who actually they were when the moment we entered the institution. We realized that our only genuine friends were our colleagues. Okay. So there was a strong bond within the student body and of course our lecturers. And the safest place that somebody could ever stay was within the institution. Okay. Within the institution.
Because there was at least security.
There was security. We had some good friends there. And it was difficult to get along with them because they had so many reservations. They had so many reservations, and it was easier for one of the students to get into a nonsensical war with the community. Because there were so many bridges. Like you know, our ladies, you know, they're in the university. They want to dress in a certain manner.
Yeah.
They have that perceived freedom.
Yeah.
But there was a time one of our girls was cornered and caned by the community just around there
because of their
she was
dressing
dressed,
code.
yeah. They felt like, oh, what atakuja kuchanganya wanaume, or this will do 1 2 3. You know how they dress and the way we dress. So there was that problem. It happened within the town.
Okay.
And you know, Garissa town was just 2 kilometers away from the institution. So it was a walking distance. Again, you know, students, sometimes we would walk around to town, and you could walk some distance into the town. You go for your little shopping. You reach town. You buy something. Then something blows. Then you're told there was some grenade somewhere. You find the security officers coming in to cool the condition, to set things in order. But there was that tension. That tension was really there. That was like, for instance, there was a day we went to town on a Sunday with my friends, just walking to town. Then just in a short while, there were some gunshots, and actually there was something funny in Garissa town. You find that business is going on as usual. Everything is really in order.
Even
at one point. Then the moment there's a gunshot
or an explosion,
everybody gets lost. You remain alone.
Not knowing where you're going to go.
Because again, another thing about Garissa, remember that place is a desert.
Yeah.
So we don't have trees or some so much outgrowth that you can feed yourself around. So most of the time you find yourself in the open. Again, the population is not that much.
Yeah.
So you find yourself in the open. But you find that if something like that explosion occurs, then you are the only one with nowhere to run to. You find that everybody has shut their shops. They're inside. They're cool.
Tell us the distance between the school premises and Garissa town.
It is 2 kilometers.
2 kilometers.
It's a walking distance.
Okay.
Not very far. Just past there's a boys' school called Boys Town Secondary School.
Okay.
Just in between there. Then you're in the college. Actually, we could only ride on motorbikes because of the temperature. Because you know it's very hot there. You walk around for a short while, you really sweat. So it was a walking distance most of the time. You could just walk to town and back. Yeah.
How was the relationship between you guys and the administration? I mean the lecturers. How was the relationship? Kulikuwa na lecturers from this community, or ilikuwa tu ni lecturers from the Christianity part?
Okay, we had a very good relationship with the lecturers, and I think 99% of them were from this other region of Kenya.
Okay.
Yeah, of this other region of Kenya. We had just say 1 or 2 lecturers from that community.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember we had 2 to be precise. Yeah.
So Ken, tumepiga story ya first year sasa. Now things were cool, and of course maybe there's some other things that could happen, and maybe it may happen in other universities, other campuses. But now, I now want us to get to second year now. Second year, maybe before that time, before that April. Was it that April or May?
Well,
April.
It was 1st April. That is the Fool's Day.
Yeah.
Then we were attacked on 2nd.
And that was 2nd.
Yeah.
Okay. So
we were preparing for Easter.
Easter. Yeah, sure. So before that part, before ifike hiyo date 1,
sure,
the Fool's Day, nataka tuanzie tu hapa tu mwezi wa 3 ikienda kuishia tu hivi. If you can still remember, how were things in school? The mood in school ilikuwaje?
Okay.
Did you see anything fishy yenye ilikuwa inaendelea kwa shule, or things were just good?
Okay, for sure. There was tension in the institution. There was hostility in the institution.
What brought the tension?
Actually, there was a note. There was a perceived note. Somebody said, there was a note that was sent to the institution, a note from the Al-Shabaab, saying that in some short while we will do some attack.
Some attack.
Yeah. So we were in tension. For sure, we were in tension. Actually, we really feared for
your lives.
For our lives. In fact, there was even some time when we striked because of that fear.
Yeah.
And okay, it was we knew something bad would happen. Yeah, we were really tensed. We were really terrified. I think there was a time.
Was this a day closer to the attack, or ilikuwa mbali kidogo?
In fact, December the previous year.
Oh.
The previous year we heard of this news, but we treated them as rumors.
Yeah.
And I thank God we had really good lecturers. We had our dean then, Mr. Quer, who really was trying to encourage us. He was really bringing us close, telling us, guys, just believe in God. These are rumors. Things will be in order. You know, all that. So even after all this good wish and all these advices, no, as our dad, he really had to do that. I can't blame him for anything. He really had to do that to encourage us, make us feel at home, make us really study. That, I think that's part of his job. So, but there was no day you would sit and say you're relaxed. You are always under pressure. You're always under tension, because the environment, as I was telling you, the environment is not so good. It's not a place you can just walk around, enter that hotel and enjoy your meal. No. You only feel good when you are within the institution. So some of us really need to walk around so much because of the environment. Then the guys, they never hid themselves. They were really showing us say for instance, you walk around town, you want to do your shopping. You want to do a shopping, you want to buy yourself a piece of nice jeans or some fashionable thing. You go to a retailer, you find him there. You try and negotiate the price with him. Then instead of having that argument, that slight argument that brings in an exchange of no cash, and then you give me your good, this guy will develop some hostility and say, we're Nasumbua. So when he says Unasumbua, he tells all the other Muslims within the line. There are so many. The line is there. So he tells them in their language. Jamaa anasumbua. Usimuuzie.
Amtokeni tu yani.
So you say, this guy doesn't want to. Let me move to the next stall. So you move to the next stall.
Ashawaambia.
You select that thing. You ask, what is the price of this thing? Nobody cares.
The information.
Nobody cares. Then you walk around for a while. There's a grenade somewhere. It's being, so. Tension was there. Tension was really there, and we were never peaceful. No.
I believe you people used to pray. At least umetuambia you had a strong Christian union back there. During this time, hapo karibu sasa na the D-Day ya hiyo attack. How did you guys connected with your fellow believers and maybe calling upon the name of God? Did you had such especially during that time of the tension, did you people had fellowship, maybe praying?
Okay. I think if there is ever a moment in this life that I've prayed so hard, it was then.
Was that time?
It was then. Because okay, you've tried to find a transfer to somewhere else that you perceive is better for you. You've not gotten it. Then again, you are a pioneer. You're doing this thing for the first time. So you've gathered yourself. You've gathered your strength. You say,
you're saying,
let me do this.
I want to do this.
Let me do this.
I want to be the pioneer.
So for once, things not so bad. Things were cool. You back to your concentration, and we really prayed. We really prayed. We had sessions like Christian Union had morning glory, and it will start by 5 a.m. and goes until 7. The lectures begin some at 7:30, some at 8. So we have morning glory. We have some evening devotions. Like I think that was the first time I tried to fellowship with the Catholic Union. And in the Catholic Union, actually, each and every evening before we went to bed, we had a session of prayer. We'll go to one lecture hall, we gather there, we have some few songs, people pray, then we go back to bed. It was a routine, so we were really prayerful. Yeah.
So, Ken,
Yes.
I want us to start from this day. Now, this was first,
Sure.
then the second day. 1st April 2015. Since morning, attack ili happen second, kitu kama saa ngapi hivi?
Okay. On 1st April.
Now, tell us the way things were on 1st April.
Okay.
Mood ilikuwa aje?
Okay. Before then, there was a slight attack. There was some simple attack in town. Somebody was shot in town.
Okay.
By unknown
Student.
people. No, just a civilian
okay.
in
Civilian.
Garissa town who was shot in town. And you know, the guys fled. They were told the police were chasing them.
Okay.
So we were a little terrified. And I think that night we did not sleep. That was even before fast. That was still the previous month. So that day, I remember, you know, there's this game that I really like to play, the PlayStation. There's FIFA football. We were playing on the computer. We had some PlayStation somewhere.
In your hostels.
Yeah. So you know, days like Thursday in the evening, your lectures end there. You're free on Friday. You know, you have the long weekend, and you know the temperature are also so good that you can't walk around. So you find something that keeps you in the institution.
Okay.
So we used to play. There was a night. Just a few days to the attack. You know, information was there that those people that were attacked in town were attacked by Al-Shabaab. Then, you know, there's this border of Kenya and Somalia called Dadaab. So again in Dadaab something funny happened. So tension was there. So that night we did not sleep because we thought we were the next target. So I remember we refused to go to bed. We were just walking around in the compound. Everybody in a sense of disarray, everybody is confused, everybody's just tensed. We just walked around through the night. You know, the policeman comes and tells us, our security comes and tells us, guys, things are in order. Please be good, keep your cool, you can go to bed.
Giving you hope.
Yeah, giving us hope. And I remember then there were, you know, the institution had one of the greatest fences around the Garissa town, and there were some estate. So there was tension in the institution. You know, guys refuses to go to sleep. Everybody is anticipating something bad. You know, we are not relaxed because there was some probox that was being driven around the institution, and somebody detected that it stopped somewhere close to the fence. So, you know, out of tension, guys thought these are not good people. So they called the security. So the security came, checking around, and that day, I think we started sleeping at 2 a.m. in the night because at least we had said,
Kushafika asubuhi,
yeah, in the morning, let's go and relax. But you know, there was that tension. And that happened. We talked to the institution, tell them, guys, we are getting some news that are not really good for us. We are getting some information that really are not good for us. We are fearful. We don't know what we are expecting tomorrow. But then we had just one alternative. We just had one option. Because we want to study, we want to, you know, impact the community where we come from. Yeah. So we said, God, we will cling to you.
God, we
will just praise you, we will just exalt your name, and we will give it our very, very best. And I think if there is an institution where university students really studied, it was there.
Garissa
It was
University.
there. We really studied. We gave it our best. And we had so many things in common, like saying, you know, we came from those families, you know, those families that are not so strong financially. Therefore, you know, your parents cannot afford to take you to a private institution to go, you know, do your diplomas there. And you know, for you to do the degree and government sponsorship, you have to be where you are called. Yeah. So we had to remain there. We had to give it our best. So we kept our cool. Now, On first.
On first now.
On first. On first was a funny day. First was a Fool's Day. And you know, on Fool's Day, people come up with stories.
With
stories that people make fun of,
fooling
you know, lies, so many lies. And ever since that day, I think I have lived to hate Fool's Day. That's one thing I don't ever want to hear about in my life. I don't like that day ever since that day.
Come a trauma.
I don't like that day. Because, one student comes, a friend of mine, my colleague, my roommate comes and tells me, hey, Al-Shabaab have been spotted in town. Then I say, are you serious? You know, we tense a little bit. Then we joke around, he says, who is the fattest? This one cannot run. So somebody may catch up with you. Then we laugh about the story and say, come on. Then they say, you know, today is Fool's Day. Then
maybe these people are fooling us.
But so many people talked about it.
That.
Yes, I've been spotted, I've been spotted.
You just can't fool people with
we say,
the same
are you
story.
serious? Are you serious? This is a falsified information. This is meant to create some fear or something. So we went to our classes as usual. And I think that day we were in some very nice moods. The institution had just bought their brand new university bus. That was so amazing. The vehicle was so good. So we were enjoying rides around the institution. We were enjoying rides towards the dab, coming back in town, around town.
Towards the dab?
Yeah, you know, the dab is not so far.
It's not so far.
Yeah, the route is there. Okay. So, you know, we go through that tarmac, we go on trips, we come pass by the Garissa town, come back to college, they pick another trip. So we were enjoying our new bus, and again in preparation for some ball games that we were going to have.
Okay.
Yeah. So we were in a good mood. We attended our lectures as usual. We had a lecture in the morning. I remember my lecture was something to do with the information systems. So we had a lecture in the morning. We studied for 2 hours. The lecturer could not proceed to the third hour because he said, guys, I think your colleagues are enjoying some things outside. I have to release you. Join them
so that you may not be distracted.
So we actually ended the class. We went to it was on the first floor, so we go down to the ground floor, and we had photos. Some photos with our friends. Actually, I did not know I was taking a photo with one of them for the last time. I didn't know I was taking a photo. There was a friend of mine, a lady. So we took a photo with her, another guy, and some few guys. We took photos together, and then we joined hand in the ride. Remember, it's Thursday. It's Thursday, and you know tomorrow is Friday, and we don't have a lecture tomorrow. So it's like the weekend has just begun. So we roll around. And also on that day, our student leaders, university student leaders, had gone to Moi University, our mother university, school, for some orientation sort of. They went for some benchmarking to the main institution. We had just done our elections of the officials. And of course I was...
this was fast.
Yeah. So they come back on 1st April in the evening, at night, around 11, around 10. And I think it was funny because the arrangement of my hostel was such that we were 6. We had the double-decker beds. So there was somebody sleeping up, another one sleeping down. In all those 3, so we were 6. I remember we had one within our room. There was one who was an official, was a student leader. So he's called Geoffrey. So Geoffrey was among the guys who went to Moi University, to adore it. So they come back in the evening. And I'm told that when they got into the institution, they were coming into the institution, it's like these guys, these Al-Shabaab guys, had their pro box that was following our van.
Your bus.
Our van. They were in a van, a university van. So when the students were getting into the institution, they were not checked at the gate. So this pro box also got into the institution. Then they spent the night there with us. So actually,
probably they had brought everything that they needed.
There was someone. There was someone who really hosted them there, who was like, was harboring them.
The student now.
No, I don't really think it was a student. It was one of the cooks. It was one of our cooks in the mess. So, when Geoffrey comes in at around 11, you're already sleeping. Do you know I was sleeping up? I was sleeping up.
Sasa ipige na sauti kidogo.
So I was sleeping up, But there was a friend called Eric Kipchirchir from Narok. That was that was one very great person in my life. You know, we became very close friends with Eric. We were never separable. You know, we were doing the same course.
Yeah.
We were working together when we were going to the church to attend the church sessions, the choir sessions, the praise and worship sessions. We were together with Eric. We attend lectures together. We stay in the same hostel. Eric sleeps down, I sleep up. So we were never separable. That day, I did not sleep on my bed.
In your bed?
I slept on...
You used to sleep on top?
Up. Yeah. I slept on Geoffrey's bed. That is down.
Where was he? Was he around?
Geoffrey was coming back from Mo University, back to town with his his colleagues.
Okay.
So I spent my night there. Geoffrey comes into the room towards midnight. Geoffrey
were you in the same class?
No, you.
Or different classes?
Geoffrey is with me in the same class. Actually, the 6 of us. There was one first year. That is Derek. Derek was sleeping up. Then down was Cyrus. Cyrus was doing IS. Then there was Eric and myself. Then we have Geoffrey and Dan, another Dan. So Dan and Eric, these are, Dan was from Bomet, Eric from Narok, so these are Kalenjins. Okay. Then I was the only guy there from the other side. So in fact, I think we were a real face of Kenya. All the tribes were inside there. Yeah, the 6 of us, we were that because Geoffrey is a Kisi, something like that. So I think we had the best room ever.
The Garissa 6.
Yeah, the best room. The best room ever. You can call us that. So Geoffrey comes in. When Geoffrey comes in, Geoffrey finds me on his bed. Then Geoffrey chooses to climb up. Okay. He never woke me up. Then Geoffrey also repeats the same story. Nimesikia Al-Shabaab wamespotiwa around town. Then I wake up and I'm like, why?
And then now...
Then we laugh off and tells me, then Fool's Day. Then we go to bed. We go to bed. And again, you know, the temperatures are not so good. So you will catch your sleep towards 1 a.m. Between 8, 9, 10, 11, it's very, very hot. You won't catch your sleep. You catch your sleep towards usiku wa manane. Then you spend your night maybe towards 6 or 7. It gets hot again. You have to wake up, go pick your shower, go to your lecture room for your class. So we're spending the night. And as you could detect, there was restlessness in our souls. You know, you're restless because the panicking story is all over, and it has been coated with the Fool's Day, so you don't really know what you're expecting. So you're just there, and so we go to bed. Then that day I even didn't wake up, didn't turn up for the morning glory. I did not turn up for morning glory. I think I had overplayed my game, so I really overslept. So we're sleeping, and around 5, you know, they see you guys already in the lecture hall 1, really praying. The Catholics Union also having their morning glory, but here is Kennedy still sleeping, So towards around 5:45, the attack starts. You know.
Before we start with the attack, I remember when I was in high school, back in 2008, I was in Form 2. And so, students were really burning schools. At that time, if you can remember, if you were in high school at that time, 2008, Shulezi was in a chomo mbaya. And at this point, the day that our school was banned, I had a cousin called Martin. He was in Form 1, I was in Form 2. Sure. But we used to sleep in the same cube, the same room. Cube 6, a millennium. And so, this guy is telling me, Emanze leo kananuka. Nimesikia tu fununu huku nje. Things may be worse today. So what we used to do, because cinema based tuko huko ndani, we were at least 12 students in one room. Consistently normal students. Kwenye kuna ma-prefect walikuwa wanalala wase wa 6, wa 4, zile rooms za kona huko. And now this time, after ameniambia, leo ni kama kananuka, So na mvua ilikuwa inanyesha by the way mbaya sana. And so tulikuwa tunalala na viatu. Umedunga koti, kisweta ndani, ndio kikiumana tu ni shwa na kabox kako.
Yes.
So at this time, I remember I slept with my shoes on. Because jaribu kucheki mato, amedunga. Lakini sasa hataki kuchafua mattress na blanketi, miguu zake zimefika.
So it's training sort of.
Akiangalia rubo ya kulala hadi morning. So ilifika kitu saa 8 saa 7 hivi.
Yeah.
Kakanuka. And so you are sleeping at that time. But imefika kitu 5. Now before the attack starts. Nothing was running in your mind, but the previous day at night there was tension kanapita tu kidogo. Ukilala tu unasikia tu ukisikia tu hata pupu unasikia ama kamenuka tena. But I believe something was running in your mind at that time. Probably you were telling God something. Maybe you were telling God, manze, I need you. I need you to come through tonight, or just be here today, just be with me. Something probably was running in your mind and you were telling God, even though you didn't wake up for morning prayers, morning devotions on that day, while you were on that bed, you were telling God something. And now, 5, kakaanza. Sasa tuambie kutoka hapo sasa. Now this is, hapa ndio story kanaanzia masi. Ongea na nguvu. Tunataka kusikia tu venye kulienda. Okay, it's been long, but since bado tuko na bado things are fresh, even though it happened long time ago. So nataka uanzie hapo tu 5:45 ama 5 the attack started.
Okay. Every night was an uncertainty night. And there's something I never told you. There was a day, just before the attack, there was a day when I was studying in one of the lecture halls. You know, you will go to the lecture hall because that's where we have the best connection of internet. And you know, there's the lights all over. And you trust the security. So you can walk around within the institution. So there was one day, just prior to the attack, I was studying in one of the lecture halls. Then all of a sudden, it was tonight towards 9 p.m. A police officer comes from somewhere, shoots in the air, and tells me, "Where? Toka enda kwa nyumba." You know, I am within the institution. I am in a lecture hall, studying.
But he's
telling me, "Get out, go to your bed.
Go back to your room."
So then he shoots up twice in the air. Then
there was no other policeman.
Then we ran to our rooms.
Was he the only policeman?
No, there were like 3 policemen running around. Then I realized that you know, just like any other institution, you know, it was a complete society. So there were people doing, you know, I was told some few of us were walking in town, caught up in some wars with the community, and the police were chasing them so that they could cool down things. Okay. So when they shoot a shot in the air, they got to bed. So there was always a feeling that something wrong can occur anytime. So every night when you go to bed, you don't catch your full sleep. You sleep, but you sleep with your ears open, your eyes half on.
One eye is sleeping.
Yeah. And at least you people are lucky. You are lucky. You tell me within your when you were in secondary school, you could afford to sleep in your full regalia, wearing your shoes. That was really luck.
We were ready.
Because for us, however much
you never had that.
However much I could be ready, the temperature would never allow me to wear anything more than the vest or the short or something. So, you know, because you can't even cover yourself. It's 36, it's 37, somewhere there, degrees Celsius, you know. It's not some temperature you can just, you know. So, actually, you know, it was very easy to find us in a short or a vest any time of the day because of the temperature.
It's like you're in Coast.
Yeah, so every night, in fact, Coast is better. I've been to Coast. Coast is cooler, my friend. Coast is so Coast is better. Okay. That one was seriously hot. And at least Coast, you know, there are some trees, the coconuts. Cool. You can go under some trees.
This place
some breeze.
Completely
We don't have a breeze. We don't have a breeze. We are in a desert. We have the sand and yourself and then. In fact, they even had shades where you could walk along.
The manual shapes.
Yeah, when you're going to have your meal in the mess, you know, the route has been, there's something that covers you so that the sunshine doesn't really work on you, unless when you're playing, because we were really playing sometimes.
I love that part, so that the sunshine doesn't really work on you.
Yeah. It was really working on us for sure. Okay. And but I think life had become normal. I could go play some games. I was playing some volleyball. I actually did not make it so well in the soccer team.
Okay.
But I was doing some volleyball. My friend Eric was busy training me how to do basketball. And
but you love soccer.
Yeah.
Hao ni watu wa Man U. Umekufa na Man U.
Come on. So you know, yeah. But the temperatures, the uncertainty was always there. So let's get back to our story.
Yeah.
On first.
On second now.
Second in the morning.
In the morning at 5.
At 5, you know, the CU guys are there doing their devotion, the morning devotion.
The Catholic students also.
I was supposed to be in the Catholic devotion beginning at 6 a.m. but I never made it then. I actually made a short prayer in my bed. I never made it during that day. So these guys who attacked us, these are shepherd guys. This is how actually they began the operation. I'm told they went to their mosque. You know, you get into the Garissa University, just next to the gate, there is a mosque. There's a mosque there. Then we have the staff rooms there. Then you walk towards the lecture halls. You walk through the lecture halls to our residence somewhere a few kilometers up. So they went there. They made their prayer. I don't know about their religion. I really don't know how the Islam religion is, but they made their prayers inside the mosque.
Before they did the attack.
After making their prayers within the mosque, they locked those ones who were praying with them inside there.
The students?
No, the Muslims that
were
the
praying Muslims.
With them, they locked them inside there.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe in a manner to protect them, I don't know.
Okay.
But they locked them. Then they went to our gates and they cleared the police officers first. They cleared the police officers first. They shot at them. So they come around.
Did you people had a lot of police officers on the gate?
Oh, we had, I think, 2.
Okay,
we had
2.
We didn't have so many of them. We had 4. So 2 in the night, 2 during the day. Being assisted by, you know, the community acquired ones. Those ones who come with their rungus, their chomas and all that.
The normal security.
Yeah, the normal ones. So they were there. So, you know, it was, you know, I think, you know, with their prowess in attack, these people were not going to be a challenge to them. So they cleared the police officers. Okay. Their next target was now the CU.
The CU.
You know, when you're meditating, when you're praying, actually, when you give God your spirit, your voices, you know, you make those intercessions. Yeah. There's always some noise. There's always some noise. So, the first step, that was their first target. They really shot at them. You know, they squashed so much bullets in there until it was silent. Yeah.
So they were sure that everybody is down.
They shot in through there. But okay, they really injured so many of them. So a few who managed to run from the room. You know, were the ones screaming. When they screamed towards the hostels, now they were waking us up. You know, something could be wrong in this place. And you know, so Kennedy is still sleeping. Kennedy's still asleep. But
you never had the shots?
The thing has started. I was never woken up by a shot. I think I was in some very serious sleep. So they shot at those guys, the CU guys. Some of them ran and wake us up. So somebody screams within the ladies' hostel and says something is wrong. We might be under an attack. You know? Then people wake up. And another funny thing, you know, I just don't know how to say this. I was the last person of the 6 of us in that room. I was the last person to wake up. I was never woken up by anybody. But
everybody
everybody is in a confusion mode. So I really want to blame Geoffrey that he did not wake me up. No, because I believe so much that when he was getting outside, he did not know what he was running towards. Because
probably he went out to check on.
Probably the policemen were chasing some thugs somewhere. Then they got into the institution, which was a normal occurrence.
Yeah.
Again, as an institution, people sometimes get drunk and mess around there. So you never know what the shots could be about. So towards 6, a few minutes to 6, whatever woke me up was that the door, when my friends left my room, they left the door open. So some breeze got into the room. That's what woke me up. So when I wake up, looking down, I realize, oh, the slippers have been interchanged in some manner. You know, I had black sandals. So I realized my right-footed sandal is here, but next to Eric's green slippers. Okay. So it means that
different
somebody
running.
whoever went outside really did not know what he did there. So what do? Pick what you have there. Then I get out. When I was out, I was in a green short and my vest. I get out.
Now, when you were in this room, after the breezers woken you up, now you are up, medunga slippers zenye si zako zote.
I got out.
Did you hear anything that could make you?
There was some. I could now hear shots.
Some shots,
but
from afar.
Some brief shots. They was now close, very close. You know, there was a prefab just adjacent to us. Then there was our block.
Okay.
So these guys had reached that prefab, and you know, I think they were just shooting to scare whoever is running around. Then I think the motive was to scare us back into your
rooms,
because I think, you know, it would be easier to deal with us while we are
in the room. They could ambush you in a good way.
And again, the fence is just a few meters from the hostel, just a few meters, but a very long one.
Okay. You couldn't climb.
A very long one, electrified. So something happened. These guys disconnected power in the morning. So at 6 a.m. there was no electricity.
There was no power
anywhere in the institution. So while I got up, you know, the breeze wakes me up. Then I'm like, I get out in those my sandals. I get out. I on just getting out, I see my colleagues. The guys are standing somewhere close to the fence, viewing something. They don't know. They're just viewing something they don't know. So at first we thought, these are policemen. This guy shooting could be policemen, and they are shooting at somebody, or maybe they're looking for one of us who might have messed up, maybe in town or something.
Okay.
So we still do not know. We are still in that uncertainty, but we have these guys just close to us here. Though they shoot at these friends that were on the prefab. Then people ran. I realized that now, the direction of shooting now changes. They have shot towards all the rooms within that prefab section. Now they are shooting towards us, who are gathered somewhere next to the fence. Then still you have that belief that these guys could be scaring us. They want us to back into our rooms. But the shot was directly towards us. So we choose to scatter. And even then, you know, when I got out, I still did not trace any of my friends. Let me say, my closest roommates, the 5. I don't see them. Okay, I have gotten myself out, joined that group, but I can't spot them. So when these guys shot towards us, guys started running. I actually ran back to my hostel, and closed the door. Well, my other friends, you know, based on their prowess, there are people who could jump.
You could jump,
up the
run.
fence. Some were really involved in a serious fight with there was some layer made of some metal. You know, there was a construction just adjacent to us. We were doing some good construction of hostels there. Okay. So guys, you know, there's that mabati that's used to cover that construction area. Okay. You know, guys were really working on that, trying to escape while being shot at. But I was that guy who went back to the room. Again, back into my room. Now I'm back into my room. These guys continued shooting. They really shot at these people until those one who could run ran. Somebody just grabbed a mattress and you know we had that those rounded barbed wire on top of our fence that could be electrified.
The thorny ones.
Those sharp ones. So a guy just took a mattress and mounted it there.
Placed on it.
And
so that people may
and
jump
the barbed wire really caught it so well. So people could climb on it and
jump over the other
use
side.
it to jump over to the other side of the fence.
So a number of people escaped.
So many people
Escaped.
managed that. Others, had to dig deep under the fence so that they could, because not everybody could jump.
That was the only place, and maybe the gate. But the gate was
The gate is
surrounded.
far away. The gate is so far away.
Okay.
The gate is back there. We have the fence. These are our hostels. We are just close to some road outside the school compound. And Kennedy is back in the room. Yeah. So,
Ukiwa kwa room sasa.
so these guys continue shooting. They continue shooting until all was still. All was still. So
You couldn't hear any movement now.
yeah, I couldn't hear any movement for 1 or 2 minutes. So I told myself, oh God, I think the first thing I did, I made a short prayer. But again, I really didn't have the strength, to speak it up. So I whispered a prayer to myself. Then again, by that time, I really did not know. I really did not know what was going on. I did not know who was attacking who. So I had two things in my mind. The first one was, find your long trouser, wear some t-shirt, get out, run, go find your friends because you are here alone. That was the first thing in my mind. The second one was, cool yourself down inside here. You don't know what's happening outside. Then now I realized that I was in a serious dilemma. I could not stay inside because I thought there's nowhere to hide from. There's really nowhere to hide deep inside here. You go under the bed, you feel like
Someone could see you.
I would be caught up with so
Just
easily.
lifting up the mattress and you're visible.
You try getting to, we had some, I don't know if I can call it a cupboard or a wardrobe sort of. We had some very nice made wardrobes there.
In your
We were
rooms.
keeping our clothes there. So I asked myself, can I really climb over there? Then I tell myself again, if I climb over there, the briefcases will fall down.
Did you thought of the ceiling?
No. This is a gorofa. I am in ground floor. I am in ground floor. So there is no ceiling. For me, there is no ceiling. It's either this cupboard
Or you get out.
underground. Or I get out. So, man, I took my long trouser. I tried to put it on. Then somebody said, now this is what woke me up from my deep slumber. Somebody said, sisi ni Al-Shabaab. Tumekuja kuwaua, alafu tuuawe. Leo lazima mjue sisi nyinyi makafiri. That's when I realized,
Those were the words you heard from them.
exactly. So that's when I said, okay. So it is Al-Shabaab. And so I am in the hostel.
Ken, did you had a phone? Maybe you could have thought of calling some of your friends, or
Okay.
you had nothing in your head. You were just thinking about you and.
I think God was working his things just in his own way.
Okay.
Because my phone, I had a white phone, Techno H5. I think that's the phone I was having there. So the phone was charging. The phone was charging. And it was off, actually. It was off, but I think it charged until it was full overnight, before even they tampered with the lights. So my phone was well charged, but it was inside the room. So I really did not know, I really did not feel I had a phone. I was in a confusion mode. The moment I realized I had a phone was when I was outside the scene. So I don't know how I managed to get my phone, but it was in my arms. I was holding it in my grip. Yeah. So
Now you've heard the
so
words.
this guy has already said this. Then you know what? There's a small entrance into the block where we stay. I'm in ground floor, and my door is the second one from that side.
From the other
There
side.
is a 7B, there is 8B. So I am the second one from that side. So when this guy said that, when he said that, he got through the door. I was a few inches just holding the handle of my door.
Of the door. You wanted to
telling
get
myself,
out.
can I run out?
Or I just hide
Can I
myself
run out?
inside here.
Then something happened that I never understood. This guy shot in the air. while
Inside the house?
While he was just at my door, but outside.
Okay.
So I saw some sparks. He shot upwards. When he shot upwards, I think he was scaring people so that people could scream. Then he could get some targets. Because we were in motion, and it wasn't really very easy for him to identify even those ones who were lying just next to the the staircases to the next floor. There were just some people were just lying there quiet. So when he shot there in the air, I was almost holding the handle of my door. But that shot made me feel like this guy has seen me. Because how can it happen that I am a few meters away? I am just a few centimeters from my door, and the shot is a meter away from me. It's just next there, but it shoots in the air. But I did not breathe. I did not do anything. I was still. I was standing. I was standing. So it really drove so many things to my mind. You try now to get inside your bed sheet, you realize the bed sheet is not safe. You go under the bed, it is not safe. You can't climb over there. So I am in a zone of uncertainty. So the guy runs. So this guy, he was the sniper. He was coming to position himself, He was coming to position himself. So he gets into the, block. We have the ground floor, the first and the second. So he got himself into the first floor. But while he climbed up there, so this guy went to the next block. We had our block, a small gate, then the ladies' block, just in the same building. So when he got to the ladies' block, he shoots in the air, the ladies scream. Then he said, they are here. So he gets up, he positions himself. I'm still alone in the room. I'm still alone in the room. And for some time, things were cool. After this shootings in the air, things became cool. Now it was approaching 6 a.m. Then the only thing I remember doing was saying a prayer. I told God, I really don't know how you're going to do it, but just